What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. Got a great video for you guys today. I'm going to talk to you about why I quit driving for Uber and Lyft. Before we jump in this video, we want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Solo. Solo is the best app out there for rideshare drivers, gig economy workers of all types. It gets you guaranteed earnings, overall better pay. It's got expense tracking, and you can even get $10 just for signing up by using our link in the description below. That alone should get you signing up. It's free, anyone in the nation can use it, and I think you guys are gonna absolutely love it. So check that out, and let's dive into the video. So the running joke for many of our fans of the channel is that we've quit a lot. And the reality is because it's true. I have quit a lot. Now I will say I have come back a lot. For me, the first time I quit, where I really thought I was permanently done, was just because I was flat out sick of it. I'd gotten so tired of just doing it day after day after day. And really I realized that full-time driving just wasn't for me. And I did it for, probably 2, maybe 3 years I was a full-time driver. And that's usually the first piece of advice I give people is don't drive full-time, drive part-time. You'll drive yourself crazy if you do it full-time, and I think people convince themselves like, oh, but I get this flexibility if I drive full-time, and it's like, well, you really don't. You get the option to quit when you want each day, start when you want each day, but in general, there's certain hours you have to work. So this idea that you're getting more flexibility, to me, it's really not the case, because you can't drive 9 to 2 every day. You won't make that good of money. I mean, you might be able to, depending on your area. And if you're part-time, maybe 9 to 2, Monday through Wednesday works for you. But if you're full-time and you're relying on this to pay a lot of your bills, you don't really get the flexibility that you think you get, because as you learn pretty quickly, you've got to work a lot to really make this make sense. In some of my busier days, I was probably doing 50 to 60 hours a week, and sometimes that really didn't even do it, for me. And I'm a single guy, I live alone, I don't have a wife and kids and a whole lot of crazy bills, and I still felt like it didn't make sense. So I think for a lot of people, the best way to do this is to look at this as additional income. Another thing I've always said is that look at this as a catalyst to get you where you want to go, whether that's starting a business, transitioning to a new career, saving up for something on the side, taking care of just 1 or 2 bills a month. Using it for that it makes a lot more sense, and then maybe occasionally you have a week where you do it full time, or maybe occasionally you get, an extra day off from work for a holiday and you drive on that holiday. But I think for most people, especially in today's economy, full-time driving does not make sense at all. So that was the first time I quit. Then I came back, I did it part-time for a while. I then quit because I started a business and I was working on that pretty much full-time. And I did a little bit of driving then, but I eventually cut it off entirely because I got too busy. Then I came back a third time because I realized that the clients I was getting from my business were coming from Uber and Lyft when I'd first started it. So I'd maintained a lot of the part-time schedule to get clients the third time I came back because it was easier. And I've always said one of the best parts about Uber and Lyft is it's an incredibly unique networking opportunity. And if you do have something you can promote, this is a great, great gig. I remember ordering DoorDash one time and the driver had a comedy YouTube channel. And so when I picked up my food, he was like, hey, would you do me a favor, subscribe to my YouTube, check out some of the videos, I do pranks, all this stuff. And I checked it out and it was actually a really good channel, but the craziest thing was he had a ton of subscribers. And I was really impressed by that. And I was like, man, more people that are trying to do stuff like this, create content, start something, they need to be doing delivery, Uber and Lyft driving, because you get such a unique opportunity to just talk to people, tell them about what you do, and you might get new fans, new clients, you might make more sales, whatever it is a great, great opportunity just for that reason alone. So after I got my business a little more consistent, I'd gotten some clients from part-time driving. My first ever client came from Uber, and the next 5 or 6 all came from Uber and Lyft, just talking to them about what I did. Then I finally quit because then I got to a point where I didn't need to do it. I was able to invest in advertising and not have to, you know, drive crazy hours just to sign a few clients each week. So then I was done for a long time. I came back a 4th time, and keep in mind all this happened probably within like 2 years. So I came back a 4th time. That time, I think I was just like bored or something. I just like wanted to make a little extra money and just kind of talk to people, I guess. I don't even remember why I came back the 4th time. But then the final time, and this is where I took the longest gap, was when the pandemic started. Because like for most drivers, it just didn't really make sense for a long time. It came back pretty strong once we were cleared to drive again. I went out, I did some rides. I still didn't, I don't know, I wasn't really feeling it. I also really, and this isn't to attack anyone's beliefs, but I did not like wearing a mask in the car. I wear glasses, as you guys have seen, and for me it just drove me crazy having them fog up every time I exhaled. So I didn't drive at all during that phase, and now I just do it very, very part-time. But I think this is the final time for me, only because I just cannot make sense of how you make this work with gas and wear and tear. And this is something that I see a good majority of drivers talking about. If you go to any of Dara, the Uber CEO's videos, all you see is drivers commenting, talking about the wear and tear in the vehicle, how it doesn't really make sense. We're getting ripped off on long rides. They try to like get us into these areas that suck, and the destination rides don't get us rides back. And to me, the companies are seriously declining solely in how they treat us. And where I'm sitting, like from my perspective, I don't see it getting better. And I don't want to like tell people to quit, but I do think you should really start looking for something else, especially if you're a full-time driver, because I mean, now it's been since 2012. I mean, we're talking like, and I think it was actually before that, but we're talking a decade now, and they haven't been profitable. I said in one video that they're making a big push to get fully autonomous vehicles, but if they can't get that soon, I don't know what they'll do. So for me, I think the writing's on the wall at this point. And again, I said this before, I said this at the beginning of the pandemic and I was wrong. So maybe I'm not. But for me, I don't feel like it makes any sense anymore unless you're doing it very, very part-time and probably not pushing more than 15 hours a week. At the end of the day, they don't care. You know, if they lose you, they don't care because they're gonna run some bogus promotion that gets a bunch of new drivers anyways. But anyways, let's cut off the video there. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Definitely check out Solo, linked in the description below. Get $10 just for signing up. I hope you guys crushed it out there this week, and stay tuned for more updates.